Mr. Wamunyima.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. If there is an office, a constitutional office, that has been neglected by successive governments, it's the office of the Public Protector. And Madam Chairperson, the reason is simple. This office investigates the very structures that appoint it and fund it. That is its mandate. And that is why the office of the Public Protector is always underfunded. Madam Chairperson, this is an office which must be in all the provinces. It must be decentralized and it must be well popularized, even among members of parliament. When members of parliament are elected, there must be a conversation of the extent of the duties and functions of the office of the Public Protector. Madam Chairperson, the House may wish to know that the office of the Public Protector reports here, reports to Madam Speaker. Now, we have not heard of reports submitted from this office for many years. For many years. That is why I reluctantly support the budget, because even when we fund this office, are we giving it enough political will to function? This is an office that must have a fleet of its own vehicles. It must be in all the districts. There is a lot of maladministration in the civil service. A lot of it, just to mention but a few, we have district commissioners masquerading as MPs. We have a lot of indiscipline. So this office is very important. And it is important that reports from this office that come to this House must be subjected to oversight by the legislature. This office is actually an extension of Parliament. But if we were to review, to say, since the 2016 Constitution progressed from Investigator General to Parliamentary Ombudsman, Public Protector, how many reports has this office brought to Parliament? Zero. I dare question, Madam Chairperson, if there have been serious reports. Therefore, this office, Madam Chairperson, the functions of this office do not just need resources, they need political will. Why should we have an office which should address maladministration and there is no conversation with the people who must report this to the office? Madam Chairperson, there are people who reach the highest or the high offices of state public offices who do not know about this office and its functions. If we ask our colleagues or if we ask the public, do you know where this office is? They don't know where this office, where the offices are, even for the Public Protector. So, Madam Chairperson, as I support this budget, I am saying it is not, the money is not enough. And we need to protect this office by amending the subsidiary legislation, which does not reflect the spirit of Article 244 of the Constitution. Because the subsidiary legislation, which should give this office the competence of the High Court, there is currently, Madam Chairperson, a judgment in the High Court where the High Court was overruling the office of the Public Protector. It was Indeni Petroleum versus the Public Protector. So there are a lot of issues behind this, Madam Chairperson. We need this office to work because this office provides oversight. And I would like to urge the Minister of Finance that we should not be afraid to fund the office which should investigate public officers, including members of the executive. The reason why this office, Madam Chairperson, has got not much to be said to reflect in its history of what it has achieved, it is because it is deliberately, it has been deliberately in the past been underfunded. So what has been clear in the days of the week, in the weeks of the month, in the months of the year, is that this office has not been functional. But in supporting this budget, we urge the ministry to add more resources. This office needs to be at district level. And we must hear more about this office being popularized to the people so that maladministration can be addressed. In supporting this budget, I would like to submit that sufficient reform, legal reform, and political will augment the functions of this office. When there is political will and when reforms are undertaken, it will be realized that this office needs to be at district level. It will be realized that our members of parliament need to be engaged, to be taught, what does the public protector do? Our councillors, elected councillors, who fail to address the issues that are brought to them by the citizens, will be able to communicate to the people. This office, Madam Chairperson, if we had this office very functional, even the conduct that we see in some public offices, where some public offices entrench themselves in politics, would not happen. I would like to submit, Madam Chairperson, that I unreservedly support this budget line. I submit.